Back in 2012, my dad told me about this community in Anaheim that he'd heard about that had new condos being built. At the time, I was living with him while saving money for a down payment to buy my first home, but my reaction to him when he said that was, ew, Dad, Anaheim? Like, I'm never gonna move there. I love new construction, and long story short, I fell in love with the community. Anaheim wasn't really that cool back then, but I've lived here over a decade and can say that I've seen so many positive changes and so many great developments at the city that you really don't want to discount Anaheim as a great place to live. I'm so sorry, that was such a long intro.
One eternity later.
Feel free to skip through the chapters to see what you want to see. I'm not here trying to waste your time, but today I want to share some things with you that only an Anaheim resident would know, even the bad stuff. And be sure to stay tuned to the end to hear about some Anaheim-specific rebates that you probably didn't know about. Let's get this out of the way. Let's talk about the stuff that I don't like about Anaheim. First of all, there's no health-focused grocery stores here. For example, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, or Sprouts. We do, on the other hand, have a Mother's Market, but it's located in Anaheim Hills, and it is tiny. So we do have a Whole Foods that's kind of close to Anaheim. It's about 15 minutes away in Brea. And sometimes I'll just go to the Tustin location if I'm in the area, and that's maybe like a 20-minute drive from home. But Sprouts is usually where I'll go. There's a location in Fullerton, only about 10 minutes away. There's also another Sprouts in Orange, which is next to a Trader Joe's and near Target and near my nail salon. So if I have a lot of errands to do, this is typically where I do it. And it's only about a 15-minute drive from my house, and that's in downtown Anaheim. Sometimes the drive just isn't worth it, so I'll use Instacart or Amazon delivery. Also, pro tip, if you want to get your organic fruits and veggies, you can just get them at the Anaheim Farmers Market, which is on Thursdays at Center Street Promenade. I do make a video on this, so you gotta check it out. Another negative is that basically the entire month leading to Independence Day is like a holiday for neighbors around here because there's fireworks at the most random times throughout that month. And on the 4th of July itself, it sounds like a war zone. I mean, there's fireworks from everywhere, but it's a day that you really want to watch out for your doggies. Luckily, Toby, he comes from the streets of Anaheim, so he's already used to it. But fireworks are allowed in Anaheim, not the illegal ones though, and those are probably the ones you're gonna hear, but you're gonna have this same problem in almost any city that allows fireworks in Orange County. So here's a term that my Anaheim peeps will know, the ghetto bird. This is just something that we call the Anaheim PD helicopter, which can be really annoying circling around the neighborhoods at night sometimes. It's just very random. Speaking of Anaheim PD, they are awesome and hilarious. If you aren't following them already on social media, I promise you, you need to follow them. It's a good time. All right, now let's get away from all those negative things and let's talk about some positive things about Anaheim. First of all, there are some cool things popping up all the time. The first thing, for example, was the Anaheim Packing House. It was the first food hall that opened in Orange County back in 2014, and it's still thriving and it's packed almost every time I go. Also, Center Street Promenade has some really great coffee and food options. It also has the farmers market and street fairs. New breweries and bars are also popping up around the city. Great restaurants, rooftop bars. There's actually 4 of them, and yes, I've been to all 4. I made a video on them, so be sure to check that one out. And also, being close to Disneyland is a plus. It's almost your rite of passage to have a magic key. This is what they call the annual pass now. It's just fun to go to the parks. Just go for a few hours, grab bites to eat, hop on a ride, just go and get your steps in. And it's also really easy to get an Uber or a Lyft here. You rarely wait any longer than 10 minutes to hitch a ride, and it might even be easier and cheaper to Uber to Disneyland if you're close to the park. And honestly, it's just really convenient. And as a resident, you have some really cool perks too. Anaheim utilities are 7% lower than the national average and 24% lower than the state average. They also offer discounts for veterans, seniors, and income qualifying residents. You also get way more bang for your buck on a home here. The median home price is about 21% lower than the county average. So that's a huge difference. You just get a lot more home for the price. And Anaheim is constantly taking on new projects, and there's so many new housing developments all over the city. There's entire streets being revitalized, like Beach Boulevard and Brooker Street, and there's new city parks being built. Some of them are just being remodeled with some really beautiful artwork, and it's just really cool to see how much has changed here in the decade that I've lived here, and I really look forward to seeing what's more to come to Anaheim. Anaheim also has the third largest historic district in the state, with homes that are currently registered through the Mills Act. A little thing on the Mills Act, it basically encourages homeowners to preserve and maintain their historic homes, and in return, those homeowners will receive a huge tax break. In order to maintain your historic home, it costs a little bit more, so they want to give you a savings to keep up your home, and it makes the neighborhoods look so much more beautiful, and it keeps property values up. And the reason for this is that the city of Anaheim actually makes it free to apply for the Mills Act on your historic home, and that is not the case for other historic cities here in Orange County. With that being said, the city of Anaheim actually cares about its residents and doggies, and it offers some really unique perks. We have our own app called the My Anaheim app. You can report various things to the city, like if you see a pothole, graffiti, other city services. I had them remove a shopping cart once. If you see a street light that's down that needs to be repaired. But in my experience, I feel like they're really quick to respond to these reports, and they even send you a notification that it's been completed. Another cool perk is that Anaheim offers free and discounted transportation. My favorite is FRAN, and I've definitely talked about this one before. It literally stands for free rides around the neighborhood. It is free and it's on demand, better than an Uber, but it does only go to downtown Anaheim areas. But I do have a really cool video on this, so you could check out my vlog on the Anaheim Farmers Market, and I'll show you how convenient it is to actually use the FRAN around downtown Anaheim. Eve is another great resource for Anaheim locals, and that's used to travel on demand to and from John Wayne Airport. Only being $15 each way, it's a really good deal, and Ubers to the airport are gonna be at least double that. On top of all these cool perks, here's what I promised you. These are some extra perks that I bet you didn't know about. For example, number one, we've got an AC tune-up. You can get, as a homeowner, up to $100 rebate once a year to get your AC checked. Easy. Number two, you can get up to $50 back if you change your thermostat from a regular thermostat to a smart thermostat. 50 bucks, I will take it. And the last one is if you've converted to driving an electric car and you needed to install a level 2 EV charger in your home, you can get up to $1,000 rebate just to install that in your home. There's much more than just this, but these are just a few examples, and it's just really cool that Anaheim offers this. I had to bring Ginger. This is Ginger, everybody. Say hi to Ginger. Obviously, you guys know Toby already, but there's some really awesome things that make Anaheim a great place to live. I'm honestly proud to call Anaheim my home, and I just love seeing all the new things popping up. I also love the historical part of the city too, but there's just still so much more that I can talk about as to why it's such a great place to live. I just wanted to share some of these cool things. If you are considering making Anaheim your home too and have questions, I'd love to hear from you. So click the link in my calendar in the description below to set up a time to chat, and we'll talk soon. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you real soon. Bye.